So in front of me here, I have Great Eastern Cutlery's newest pattern. This is the 32, which is a new frame, and they're calling this the Engineer, I think, seems like. Pretty cool tube art. It's got a steam engine on it there. Uh, looks like a little boy and a dog. He's got like a picnic basket or something, a basket of apples, maybe, perhaps. Um, and I guess a train engineer or a conductor or whatever you would call him. Um, but super cool tube art, which is cool. It's been a little while since I've gotten a knife with really cool tube art. A lot of them are just super basic, like that or the Northfield one. So a lot of them are more basic. So it's always cool when you get a super cool or a different and like interesting tube art. And I think Bill likes to do that when he does his release of like a frame. Like when he makes a new frame, I think he sometimes likes to, make a fancier tube art for it and everything. You do get a hat pin. Pretty cool hat pin, super basic, but I like it. It just says engineer on it. It's got the pattern number there. And Titty Cutlery. So pretty cool hat pin there. And then we'll get to the knife. So this is the knife. This is a Titty. These are also available with Cocobolo. And I forget what the other handle materials are. I think there might be one coming out in Stag. Um, Honestly, I would have loved to have one in Cocobolo, but this is one of those things where I really wanted one, and the one in the blue ESPL was available, so I just went ahead and got it. So this will probably be my example. But anyway, this is kind of like a swell center pen knife, pretty much, meaning the blades are on opposite ends, as you can see there. A pen blade and a clip blade. The clip blade appears to be the same clip blade that was on the 78 Bullet and Barlows that came out. Which I'm cool with because I've carried the Bullet End Barlow quite a bit, and I really like it. Um, and if we look at the blade here, it's like 2 3/4 inches long, with a cutting edge of about 2.5. So a fairly good blade for a pocket knife, as far as I'm concerned. It does have the PPP etch, the triple P etch, which stands for Patty's Potato Peelers, as we all know. What it actually stands for is Pattern Production Premiere or something like that. Pretty much what it means is that this is the first time that this pattern has been made. And this is the first time that this frame has been made. This is a new frame. None of us knew what the 32 was going to be. But I'm pretty happy with it, and I think a lot of other people are. Although there are some people out there who I don't think are super into it, but I like it. Blades do have a half stop. This is a blue, and it's going to be hard to show here just because of my lighting situation. This is a blue ESPL. There you can kind of see it. It's a really dark blue. And I think ESPL, let me show you. I think it stands for Earth Stone Paper Laminate, at least if my commenters are correct, which basically I think means that this is paper micarta. So, fairly good handle material that's been used for a long time. At least, the last several decades on knife handles. It's not super interesting or anything like Cocobolo would be, but, it's kind of cool. The blue really matches well with the, like, the train engineer, um, you know, um, vibe, to use a young person word, to this knife. So I kind of like that. Like I said, my first choice would have been the Cocobolo, but when this became available, I just went ahead and ordered it because I figured I may not get my hands on the Cocobolo. And I had a chance to get this one, so I just went for it. Um, like I said, plates have half stops action on the clip blade. It's really good. It's um, firm and good action, but not hard to open. You can't pinch it open or anything since this is a two blade. You do have to use the nail nick. But the action on the clip blade is really good. The nail neck here on the pen blade actually gets a little bit blocked from the swell there. That being said, you can still pretty easily get your thumbnail in there. That's not really a problem. The action on the pen blade is also really good. So yeah, both these blades share one back spring. The blades are, of course, 1095 carbon steel, like pretty much all of Great Eastern Cutlery's knives that they're making these days are, which is what I prefer. Nickel silver bolsters, there are some marks on mine. I think just from being in the wax paper and the tube and everything, sometimes the bolsters and stuff get a little scratched up. Brass pins, brass liners, pretty standard construction on this knife. Satin blades because it is a Tidiute, and it's got one of my favorite shields, which honestly matches this knife really well because it also swells in the center there, so that's kind of cool. But this is like an equal end swell center pen knife, pretty much. It is a fairly large pen knife, but technically speaking, if it's got a blade coming out of each end of it, it is a pen knife, opposed to a jackknife, which has blades coming out of the same end. Um, Length closed is just under 4 inches. It's like 3 and 7/8, something like that. Like 3 and 7/8 closed, so it's a good size. Um, and overall, I think the knife looks really good. Um, but yeah, so and this model number here should be on this blade. Yes. Let me get to the half stop here so it's easier to see. Is the 32 for the pattern. 1 means the main blade is a clip blade. 2 for two blades, and then 24 for the year it was made. I'm starting to get better at reading the pattern number thing as I slowly start to understand what all of the numbers mean. I do know that 1 is a clip blade. Some of the other blade numbers I'm not sure about. It is stamped carbon steel there. I'm still a little, I've been sick and I still have like as my father would say, I have a frog in my throat. So you're gonna have to be kind of patient with me. I should have grabbed some water or something, but I get this built up of mucus in my throat right now. Keep hoping it's gonna go away, but I've had it for like, I don't know, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks or something like that now. So it hopefully goes away soon. It's getting very annoying. I'm not quite as stuffed up as I was, and all the other problems that I had went away. And you can see, of course, here, Great Eastern Cutlery, Titusville, PA. So pretty cool little knife. I like the Earthstone paper laminate micarta. I think it looks pretty good. It's a really dark blue, so it's hard to show off the blue color in it on the phone here, unfortunately. Um, but I think it looks pretty good, and I believe it's a fairly useful little pocket knife, and I probably will carry it, especially since it's got the like same clip blade as the 78 Barlow's did. And I like that knife an awful lot. Before I go here, I wanted to show this off. So I've been working on designing some stickers. This is the first design. They're not really available because I had like 10 of them made to see what they would look like and how well they're made and everything. But basically, I drew my Winchester Moose, which is like my favorite pocket knife, last June while I was on vacation because I was thinking about getting a tattoo of the Winchester Moose. And then I took that into my like little photo editing app thing, and cut out I took a picture of it because I don't have like a way to scan it or anything. And I drew it with pen, obviously. So I took a picture of it, moved it into a photo editing app, did some stuff to it, um, and then this is what we got. And I put Bakery Wizard on the blade like it was an etch. Um, yeah, so like I said, these aren't really available, um, and I don't know if I'm ever going to really make them widely available, like try to sell them or anything, just because I don't really want to deal with the headache that I feel like that would cause. But I thought it would be cool to have some stickers. So I have some stickers from me anyway. But I just figured I would show off this because I figured you guys might be interested in seeing this. But this is my first sticker design. I have one on my truck, which I haven't shown you guys yet. I have to do a video on the truck. I got rid of my Corolla IM. For those of you that don't follow me on Instagram, and I bought a used 2023 Toyota Tacoma. So I'll show that off at some point. But I put one of these on my truck. I want to see how it holds up through car washes and weather and sun and everything. And then I'm going to order more of them. Maybe change the design a little bit, maybe get some without my channel name on them, maybe do some different pattern knife drawings. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing yet. Um, but yeah, I ordered basically like a sample set of these stickers. So I have a few of them. Um, but not really enough to like give out or sell or anything like that. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if I'm ever going to make them available to buy or anything, just because it seems like that's a lot of work. Um, but anyway, I figured you guys might find this cool. Um, but yeah, so just figured I'd show that off. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video on the new 32 pattern, the 32 engineer here. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.